Really do apologize. My internet just went down on me. It was absolutely annoying. It was all prepared for this, put everything in place. But sometimes, as you do know with technology, you can do all the preparations you like. When something's going to go wrong, it's just going to go badly wrong, and that's what happened. So I do apologize. But hopefully, fingers crossed, everything's going to be fine till the end of the webinar tonight. Okay, great stuff. So Somi's just logging back in as well because I had to get him to log out while I reset the webinar. So he should be in about a minute. So we'll just get going. Um, I did try to run a poll. The poll didn't work, so don't worry about that. If you can hear me, just type yes, I can hear you, and I would appreciate that in the chat box. So that would be absolutely phenomenal. Thank you. So he's just making his way in. Just before we went on the break, I mean, he was talking about the I mean, why Forex is an absolutely brilliant option for people who are busy. The fact that you could literally just spend a few minutes a day doing this. It's not something that requires a lot of time. It does require a lot of skill, a lot of knowledge, but not a lot of time. And he's going to go into that in some more detail when he does come back. And that's why it. I mean, I have heard it called. I mean, the right income opportunity for busy people. Thanks a lot for sharing that, Toyin. Really appreciate it. Thanks, Anthony, as well. Thanks for letting us know. Really, and also thanks for sticking around with us. It's just absolutely crazy. And I mean, like they say, sometimes when it rains, it pours. Thanks, Fadi. I really do appreciate everyone for letting us know that you can hear. Wow. Thank you, Omobi. Thank you very much. Thanks a million. Okay, so I'm still trying to get in. I heard him scream that he's trying to get in. So we'll just wait for him. Thank you. Thank you, Adekunle. Thank you very, very much. Okay, so yeah, so I told you about the things that I was told and that made me start looking to venture into Forex. And I must say something, I was really serious about it. I did buy books on currency trading. In fact, I've got one book here, I'll just show it to you. One second. Yeah, here we go. This is one of the books that I bought. Getting started in currency trading, winning in today's hottest market. Comprehensive coverage, it says. Well, I bought this book and I bought about three other books on Forex, and I remember it just didn't make sense. It was supposed to be basics, but it was just so complicated. And don't get me wrong, I'm not the dumbest person around. I mean, I learned marketing primarily. I'm self-trained in marketing. I just what I do is I buy programs. I've bought home study programs worth $3,000 to develop my marketing skills. That's how I've learned to market. And since then, not only have I had good success, I've helped other people. I mean, to expand their businesses. So I'm not pretty dumb, but I just couldn't really grasp this stuff. It just didn't make sense to me. I don't know why. It wasn't until I sat down with Somi and he really began to break this thing down to me. Did it all, and honestly, he shared with me in 30 minutes what I was not able to work out in a year, right? And that's just how absolutely brilliant this guy is. He's probably not great with technology. Oh, he's coming. I was going to say because he can't get back into the webinar, but he's in here with us. Hi, Somi. How you doing? Welcome back.
Wow. I'm
We're
good. I'm good.
making
I'm
it
good.
happen. We're making it happen, and we have
Yeah,
some
yeah,
really amazing people who are really keen to really learn here, and they've been able to sit through patiently with us, which is really great. Okay, so now I need to ask a question, Tommy, because and I know this might be a question that a lot of people who are listening might want to be asking, want to ask as well, which is, I mean, we know about the power of forex and how forex is how the big banks make their money, and how with the internet and with the access to the internet 247, how now that same vehicle that was only the preserve of the uber wealthy and the banks is now available to the average person. But the question then is, if forex is so powerful, and with the internet and mobile devices, with that access now, I mean, available to average ordinary people, why is it that people are still very afraid to venture, and why do so many people not succeed with forex with the huge potential? Why is it that a lot of people don't even try, and why is it that many people have a bad experience with forex? Can you explain that to some of our listeners?
this would have been an ideal question to ask the class, at this time. But then, from my experience, when I teach people, what they say to me mainly when I ask
We
them is
can
that,
ask them if do you want us to ask them? All right,
oh
ladies
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
gentlemen. if
Let's
you
ask.
want to share, why do you think that people fail in Forex, or what's the reason why a lot of people do not even attempt to do it? So, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, if you can just go ahead and share your thoughts, while I'll get something to continue. So, share your own thoughts, and I'll get something to continue.
Yeah, like I was saying, when I ask people that are trained, when I ask my students, what has come across mainly is the fear of losing money and
Hmm.
losing a lot of it. And and I understand where this comes from, and this is because a lot of traders launch out into the trade, into the business of trading currencies without getting adequately trained.
Hmm.
They do not invest in trading to get the required skill, the required knowledge and exposure and experience that they need to be successful in this trade. And so when they launch out and then they lose, they go they go out there to basically spread the negative news. But
Mm-hmm.
meanwhile, it was them who did not really exercise due diligence and invest in trading. And what I want to say to the people is that if um, you've got to surround yourself with positive people. You've got to surround yourself with positive information. There's a lot of negative gist out there. You can go on any website, you can go on any blog, you can get any book or anything that says all negative stuff. But if you surround yourself with people who have been successful at this, you will be successful. And one thing also is that if you look at the if you look at the analogy of the of the surgeon, you know, you don't go to a mechanic if you're ill in your body. You go to a doctor, you go to your GP. If
Mm-hmm.
you do if you do if you do that, you will get a negative result.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Hmm.
that's what I think. It's the main reason that people shy away from forex. Another reason I found, the people already have they been writing stuff. Another reason that I found is that they do not know where to start.
Hmm.
Forex looks to most people like one high in the sky thing, like a business for the elites. The elites, the rich people and the
Mm-hmm.
famous ones, the big guys that drive the big Ferraris and all that kind of people. But it's not so. At the advent of the internet, your mobile phone, the Androids and all the PCs and the tablets and all that, your iPads and all that stuff, everyone can do it now. The stock exchanges where they do all those big tradings and they put the big phones on the landlines and they're calling trades and shouting in the pit and all that. It's gone these days. It's been brought down to bits and pieces. True. I do it all the time. I go to work in the morning. I trade. The other day I was waiting at the GP's surgery. An alert came. I'd set my alert. That's what I'm going to be teaching ahead. And I made a trade, made a money even while I was going to the GP. And you can do it
Wow.
as well.
Wow.
Do not shy away from it. Get knowledge, get understanding. Trading is not a poker. It is not a gambling thing. It's not a poker. Get the required knowledge and understanding. Stack the odds in your favor, and you will have the edge.
Wow, I do like that last thing you said about get. I mean that forex trading is not gambling. I've heard people say it's gambling. Oh, it's just gambling, and I say no, it isn't. It's not like the lottery. A person
No,
who
it's
wins
not.
the lottery today, right, does not have any skills to win it tomorrow. It's just luck.
Yep.
So it's almost like a person who has not gone to medical school attempting surgery, right?
Yep.
That's gambling. So if he fails, that doesn't mean surgery doesn't work. It simply means you don't know how to operate, and it's the same thing. I mean, if I don't know how to do forex, and if I just go and attempt something, I could lose money. That doesn't mean it doesn't work. It just means I'm not skillful at doing it. We've got
That's
quite a
correct.
number of things come through, and I'll just read them out for you. Someone says greedy. Someone says the forex market is volatile, which probably means it just goes up and down. Someone said a lack of knowledge. Someone says it's the fear. I like this one. It's the fear of losing money that one can't afford, in the quest of making money that one needs. I just feel that was very, very poetic.
Do you want me to address that just very briefly?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Go ahead.
When people come to me or when I get clients that I want to teach, the first thing I tell them when it gets to the real life trading is do not come to the market with the money that you are not that you cannot afford to lose. Do
Mm.
not come with your school with your children's school fees or your rent.
Mm.
No, two
Mm.
things happen when you come with that mentality. First of all, you put yourself under pressure.
Hmm.
Trading is 75% psychology, 30% strategy.
Yeah.
If you are under pressure, I tell you, you will lose money. You're going to make irrational decisions. You're going to get greedy. Also,
Mm.
you're going to get fearful. Fear and
Mm.
greed, two main things that causes people to lose money. One of the two main things, you
Fear
know,
and
that
greed.
cause fear and greed. Yes, when you're fearful, you'll not be able to make the trade that you're supposed to trade because you're scared that, oh, my son will not be able to go to school. How would I be able to pay the fees? How will I be able to pay my mortgage and all that stuff? So there
Wow.
is a reason for all these things.
I think our listeners are very very attuned because a lot of what they're saying aligns with what you're saying. Someone says there's a lot to learn in trading, and one loses money if one doesn't know enough. Someone says losing hard-earned money is scary, and someone says
Yep,
people don't attempt to trade because they don't believe they have the ability to trade. They think
yep.
it's too complex and for the seriously intelligent person.
Oh, that is
Um,
not true. I wish I could just go on that. It is not true. You don't need to have a BSc or an MSc in investment and fund management. You do not need it. I don't have it. I'm an accountant, but I'm not successful at trading because I'm an accountant. It has nothing to do with it at all. It just when I was taught by K, I've seen him in the classes in the class. When I was taught by K, I started to ask the question why. I started to ask how. He taught me how. This is how to trade.
mhm,
And I started to read. I started to search. And guess what? I lost
mhm,
a lot of money while I was looking for knowledge. All the
mm,
mistakes that people have been doing, I've done it too. I've been there. And this is the
mm,
reason why I qualify to be able to teach people because I've been there before. I've lost a lot of money. Of course, I've gained a lot of money too, gained more than I've lost. But at the beginning, I lost quite a lot. But because the first three trades that I made were positive, I knew that there was a way to it and it was possible.
mm, mm.
Anyway, you can go on, please.
Yeah, so I guess a key thing here from a lot of what you've said really is the fact that people are afraid of losing, and primarily that is because they don't know how to do it, and if they don't know how to do it, then they will be more afraid of doing it. So ultimately,
Yeah,
if people can learn how to succeed with Forex and increase the likelihood, if people could become like you, because I know that you tend to win more than you lose, which is really,
yeah,
the ultimate thing is the more you win and the less you lose, then obviously the more
yeah,
successful you'll be.
yeah.
So I guess the more knowledgeable you are, the more likely you are of winning. The less knowledgeable you are, the more likely you are to lose. The
Of
question
course.
then is, for those who are sitting here thinking, I would like to be like Somi, I would like to be the kind of person who wins more than they lose because I know what to do. For those who are sitting here thinking, I'm willing to learn and I would like to start making money trading Forex around my job, what do you recommend they do if they want to be successful? What is the approach they need to take? And I'm sure that I'm speaking for many of us here tonight.
Wow. If you want to be successful at trading, first of all, you have you've got to get the required training. You've got to be schooled. You need someone to handhold you. You need a mentor. It's just like in driving. You do not drive by theory. You don't read the highway codes and just do a bit of theory and a bit of hazard perception and then go and start driving. Someone has got to sit down beside you. Someone who knows someone who knows about people's personality. In trading, some of the things, one of the main things that you need to know in trading is your personality. Because if you don't know your personality and you go into trading and you go to people who are successful at it or who have made it at it. But no, I'm not putting it right. What I'm trying to say to you is that for you to be successful at trading, you need to know yourself. You need to know your personality. If you look at two successful business people in this world, the biggest person in trading, by the name Warren Buffett, what he does, he just looks at an instrument or an industry, studies it very well, gets accountants and analysts to analyze it properly, and then he pours money in it, and then he waits. He could wait for 5 years to get his return back. And if you look at someone like Richard Branson, he likes to do things differently. If you're from the school of thought of the Forex trading school of thought of the Richard Bransons of this world, and if you have the personality of Richard Branson and you go to the school of thought of Warren Buffett, You're going to be frustrated. You would want to try many things. Do it this way. Try that one. Virgin Cola, Virgin Trains. They're not related. You want to do all sorts of things, and then you can be successful at that if that is your personality. But if you go to that, you will be frustrated if you go to the Warren Buffett school, and vice versa as well. If you have a personality, a calm personality, it's just like me, for instance. Anyone who knows me knows that Somi is very impatient. I'm not the most patient of all. And you see me trading. My trade sometimes just lasts just 10 minutes, and I make my money. But if you told me to go like those who are calm, who just wait and wait and wait and look for the trade and then leave it to run for like 8 weeks, I'm going to be frustrated. I'll probably close the trade out of frustration. So that is one of the things you need to do. You need to know yourself. Also, you need to believe in the industry. You've got to be able to develop a winning mindset. You need to believe in the industry. What that means is that you just surround yourself with positive people, positive information, positive material. Do not go to websites, negative places and all that kind of stuff. Feed yourself, with materials that would enhance your belief in the industry. You know, do not go to negative places. Invest in training. Get the required knowledge and understanding and information that you need to make you succeed. And how do you get that? Look around. Look for someone who has gone ahead, someone who has done it before. And do that. And then also, what more can one do? Basically, that's it. Get the required knowledge and the required information. And that's it basically. That's it basically.
And I know there was a time when you were talking, and you can help me with this because I know you're the, and this has really helped me. You talked about the different approaches to trading. You talked about the events.
Oh yeah.
Could you expand on that and explain that to help people understand, these different approaches and maybe an approach that would work for them?
Okay, you know what? I'm actually putting together a program, and guess what? Those who are in this room today at this time, they're going to be a part. They're already a part of it. You know, those who buy into this, those who go on this course, those who go on this program would have the opportunity to 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 ask questions directly from me. It will be very advantageous. Talking about the two, there are about two approaches to trading
Okay.
that I teach that really the world recognizes. It's the event approach, and then there's also the technical approach.
Okay.
The technical approach is the one that that most traders go for. About 75% of traders, trade in the technical way. They look at indicators, tools that will decide for you when to buy, when to sell, so you can make a profit. Those are the sort of traders who look at charts, and they're looking at the interpreting the charts and all that, and trying to make a decision from it. The other school of thought, that's the fundamental approach. This sort of people, they are the Warren Buffett of this world. They've got loads of cash. They're just about 10% of them who trade that way. They've got loads of cash. They look at an industry or an instrument or a tool. They just pump money into it. They of course they do their due diligence. They don't just pour money into it anyhow. They pour money into it, and they analyze events. They analyze statistics and data. An example is, for example, let's say the UK economy is doing really, really, really well, and the data comes out to say that unemployment has dropped by, let's just say, 10 million. What that means is that the UK economy has picked up. It's doing well. And what is going to happen to the currency is that the British currency will rise up.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to rise up. And what people do is they start to go and buy it. And when it rises up, they sell it to make a profit. It's that sort of thing. And then there's one third one that I carved out by myself. It's the hybrid. I looked, I sat down one day and I thought, if the bulk of the money is in fundamental trading, but the bulk of the people are in technical trading, that means that if I can get to a situation where both of them are saying the same thing, I will have a very high chance, a very high chance of making a positive trade. The odds will be in my favor, the higher. And that's how I started to do that. The moment I started to do that, I just noticed that my trading result skyrocketed. It got very, very positive. And from that point on, I never looked back. It got more
Wow.
positive and got
Wow.
more positive. And this is what I advise people to do. And this is what I teach people to do. And this is what I'm going to be teaching in this packet that I'm putting together that I call the Trade to Win Bootcamp. I'm going to be doing that in the that's in 2 Saturdays time. That's not this next Saturday, the upper one. I'm going to be doing it, and these people that are in here are going to be a part of it of the program.
Okay.
There's another thing that you need to do to be
So
successful at it.
just before
You
we go
need
on, I just pause and don't forget that. Come back to that. But I just want to go back to what you just shared. I do apologize because I
okay.
found that really exciting. So something you said that really stood out for me. You said there is the did you call it the fundamental, and that's where the bulk of people
Event
are.
approach, yeah. No,
That
that's where the bulk of the money
Oh,
is.
the technical. That's where most people are, where they just look at charts and they look at
Yeah,
all these things, and that's what they use to
exactly.
make
Candles and
decisions.
all that
So
stuff.
they look at all these technical stuff,
Yeah,
and so they look at the
and then
charts,
they
and
make a
then based
decision.
on the trends of the charts, how things tend
Yep,
to work, they
yep.
they then take that information, and that's what they base their decisions on.
Yes,
So
correct. That's
they're
correct.
not just guessing blindly like a lot of people think. They're
They're not.
actually studying charts, they're studying
Yes,
trends, and they're
yes.
making decisions. And that's where most people are because that's the easier thing to do. It's easy to look at a chart.
Exactly,
But then there's
exactly,
there's something which is where a lot of the money is, but few people. So the big banks and the big investors, and
exactly.
that is where
You're
they
putting something
actually
point.
study. They pay attention to things that are happening,
The
events that are
fundamental
happening,
things,
the
yes.
fundament and the impact these events can have,
On the
and what
value.
you've done is you've kind of had this unique system because I
Yeah.
do know that you are one of the I mean, when it comes to consistency of winning, you're one of the top people in the UK. And what you have
I'm
done,
18 over 20 person.
yeah. So for every 20 people, you would be one of the top two. So and but what you, and the reason why I'm
No,
being
that's
so
not what I meant. Sorry. What I meant was that from every 20 trades, I'm like an
you get
18
you
over
get
20
a
positive.
okay. Now that is huge. I mean, I know that is huge. I mean, even for people who get anything over 10, that is brilliant. To get 18 is amazing. And you say your secret is the fact that you've been able to marry
Yes.
the fundamental and the technical, and you have your own
Yes.
hybrid
Yes.
approach, which
Yes.
increases the likelihood of succeeding significantly.
Exactly. Exactly.
But how come, if you've been able to discover this, how come very few people do it? I mean, because it's worked so well for you. How come so many other traders aren't doing it the way you're doing it and getting the kind of results you're getting?
DJ, you see, a lot of the time they say when something is too, it's seems too. How do they put it? They usually say something along the lines of
If
if
it's
it's
too
too
good to
good
be
to be
true,
true,
it probably
probably
is.
DJ. It is a lie. It is a lie. It is not true in every situation. I'm telling you, I'm a living witness. It is not true in every situation. Certainly in trading, is not true.
Mm,
DJ, you know you're going out in the morning before you actually get to work. You've made money. I am doing it, DJ. I am doing it, and I want to implore the people to in here to do it because it can be done. All you need is the required knowledge, the required understanding, and then someone to mentor you, to handhold you. Anyway, we've spoken about that.
yeah.
Another thing that I did not mention is guiding against loss. That's part of the packet that I'm putting together. That program
Hmm.
that I'm putting together, guiding against losing your money. In trading we call it profit and loss management.
Hmm.
You protect yourself from your losses. That's I'm going to be teaching how to do that. You can automate it, and then you can also do it manually. But usually you automate it so that you can go to your work.
Hmm.
And there's a way of doing that. I'm going to be teaching all these things too.
I know you
And then
said something to me the other time, which I mean, you said it to me, and since you told me, it stayed with me. And the analogy you used about football, where you said most people
oh
that
yeah,
you said trading is a defensive game. You've got to be
yeah.
like Chelsea when
Yeah,
you're
no,
trading,
that's my team.
not like Arsenal.
That's my
I'm an
team,
Arsenal supporter,
Chelsea.
right? Arsenal's focus is to go out and score the goals,
Let's
and then
go.
when you or like Liverpool, Liverpool's another example.
Hmm.
And you're so focused to go out and score, your focus is you want to win, but you don't
Yeah,
guard against losing. And the risk is if you're so
exactly.
focused on winning, then you'll
Yeah,
hit on the counter and you could get sucker punched. Like Arsenal
exactly.
we've had that happen to us over the years. And you said
Exactly.
the traders who tend to win are traders who play like Chelsea, who focus
Defensively.
first on making sure they don't lose, And
Yeah.
then once you're secure at the back, you can
Yeah.
then start looking for opportunities to score
Opportunity
every
to
now and
win.
again,
I
rather
have a
than being
saying.
greedy. I think that analogy
Yeah.
is brilliant. So that is the right mindset we need to have.
Yeah.
One of our listeners did say greed is the reason why people lose money, and I think
Yes.
that's the key thing. When we're so focused on winning, we don't watch our backs, and we end up losing. So I guess you
Yeah.
would say that is a key thing, wouldn't you?
True. Yes. Well, I have this saying that I say to my students. I say to them that if you focus on your no 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 if you focus on your losses, the profits will take care of itself. You've got
Hmm.
to try and protect yourself. When you
Hmm.
come to the market, you've got to come to the market with a. It's not negative. I've had some people say, "Oh, you've got to be positive. You know, you just got to go for it and just go get it."
I guess
Wow,
the word is probably defensive. You got to come with a
it's
defensive.
defensive attitude.
Yeah. Yeah.
You look at the losses. I hope this one has a high chances of moving in this direction, and I hope it's not going to come back to bite me. And if
Hmm.
it does come back in the wrong direction, you've got to protect yourself that the losses will be minimal.
Hmm.
I'm going to be teaching those things in this whole package.
I hope we're really listening, and I hope we're getting so much value out of this. The right mindset you need to have is a defensive mindset. I need to protect myself against losses while I
Yes.
go out there to win. Thanks. Is
Right.
there anything else that could also add value
Yes.
to our listeners to help us win?
Yes. The very first module that I described in this package, I'm going to be teaching the basics, the rudiments, terminologies. I'm going to be demystifying all stuff like pips and candles and resistance, support, ups and downs, and left and right and all that. I'm going to be demystifying. I just wanted to push that in very quickly. So, like I was saying, the product is going to be called the Trade to Win boot camp. At that boot camp, I'm going to be putting that program together, and those who decide to be a part of it today, who decide to invest in knowledge and understanding, so that they can be positive and they can be able to do that while they keep their day job. Those who decide on that will be a part of it. We're actually going to record that and we're going to package it together, which is what we're going to be selling. And from after this webinar, it's going to be sold for, guess what, £800. But um, I tell you, before I go into that, I am going to be giving some bonuses away tonight. You
I
know,
think
um, so those who decide to be a part of the program today, they're going to be a member of my Facebook closed group. I'm going to be opening a closed book in Facebook where people are going to literally going to be able to see what I am doing. They're going to be able to interact with me one on one, asking questions, because it's going to be like a discussion group, but it's going to be closed only to this airline people.
can I just clarify something very
Oh,
quickly? I just
okay,
want because I want to make sure that I'm getting it. I want to make
okay,
sure that our listeners are getting it. So,
okay.
you're creating a program. You're conducting a training,
Yeah.
um, for people who really want to. So, who is this training really for? Who should be attending this training, and what difference is it going to make to them? First of all.
DJ, these people, the people who are supposed to be attending this training, they're going to be the people who really want to succeed in trading, in forex trading. The
Okay.
people who are hungry, the people who need an extra income. They want to
Hmm.
subsidize what the income, they want to subsidize it with what they're doing already. It's
Hmm.
not a get rich quick system I'm going to be teaching. I'm going to be
Hmm.
teaching you how to trade around your day job. If you're a student, you might be in the university or whatever. I'm going to be teaching you how you wake up in the morning, you do the analysis. I'm going to teach you how to look at the market and at the markets, look at it very well, and make a decision on what is likely to happen, and then automate your trades. And then you go to class. You do not need to log in after that. You're going to be setting profit targets, managing your losses, all automated. And you can do that, guess in how many minutes? 20 minutes, 15 minutes in a day. As you get more proficient, the time you spend on it gets less to set up. And just along those lines, I'm going to be giving away a setup guide. What I call a setup guide is
So
actually
I'll
a
just ask
step.
a question. Sorry,
Oh,
I know
okay.
I keep
Sorry.
interrupting. So
No, no,
I'm
no.
putting
It's okay.
myself in their shoes because I'm
Okay.
thinking, as you know, I'm a very busy person. I work for myself, which means I'm very busy. I work from home. I work from this
Yeah.
office, but as you
Yeah.
know, I'm a very busy person. So
Yeah.
what you're saying is, I attend this training, and I could basically wake up in the morning before I come to the office. I can go online for maybe about half an hour or something, put a few things in place, park
Yep.
it, and then just park it, and then get into my work and get into my day. And I
Yep.
don't have to, spend 4 hours a day doing this stuff, and I can probably just invest maybe an hour a day, maybe less. How much
Yep.
time would I need to invest after you have trained me? How much time would I need to spend each day doing this to make sure that I'm paying attention to my business on average?
DJ, I just said it to you. Barely 20 minutes. You
Wow.
do the analysis in under 20 minutes. You've got to be an early bird, of course. I have this analogy that I always say. I'm not sure if you know this sort of situation. There's this water, it's like a spring water that comes out from the ground. Early in the morning is always very clean and calm. If you come to the markets very early in the morning, you would see everything at its calm. If you wait till, oh, you now wake up at 10 o'clock or maybe your lunchtime, it's become muddy. There will be
Okay.
lots
So
of ups and downs.
I need to wake up early, basically.
I'm telling you, you wake up early, you do
Okay.
your analysis, the
Hmm.
fundamental approach, remember, the technical analysis,
Hmm.
you marry it together, and then you're listening to things like Bloomberg. This is one good thing also. Technology has been so good.
So,
You've got, I can't remember what his name is now, who set up Bloomberg. They bring all the experts. They talk about the negative stuff. They talk about the positive stuff, and you're able to make a judgment from how I'm going to be teaching you.
so,
You
so
have
you're
a bias. Yeah,
so you're going to be showing us where to go to get the
I'm telling
information
you.
that we
I'm
need in
telling
order
you.
to make the right
I'm
decisions.
going, I'm going to be, I'm
Wow.
going to be showing you where you get your technical analysis, you get
There's
technical stuff.
something you said, and I'm just going to challenge you right now before we go
Okay,
forward. You said even if you're a student.
I'm
Um,
telling you.
but the thing I would say is this, because this was where I was. I wasn't even a student. I was working full time. I was in a high paying job. Okay.
Yeah,
And I wanted to learn Forex. And I looked at a few Forex training programs, and the cheapest I saw was £3,000, and it was just ridiculously expensive. Um, if I couldn't afford it, a student most definitely couldn't afford it. I'm
yep.
hoping that your program, well, I guess I do know, but I guess for the benefit of your listeners, that you're not going to be another, hey, it's brilliant, but this is another rip them off program here where you've literally got to sell your house to be able to go on a Forex trading course. Okay, I hope we're not going to be
DJ,
getting that.
DJ, that's not going to be. It's not going to be. When
Okay.
I finish this package, it's going to be very very affordable. You know what? I'm going to talk about that set of guide. It's a step by step guide to what you need to do early in the morning to be able
Mm.
to make an informed decision to take the gambling or the guesswork out of your trading so that you can really be trading like a proper professional trader.
Okay.
Once I do that setup guide, it's really what something in the range of £250, but I'm going to be giving it out. Guess what? For how much? For free. And I'm going to be giving it to who? To everybody. That's going to be a part. Anyone who subscribes to this M program that I'm putting together, they're going to be getting that. It's just like teaching you how to drive in the morning, check your gear, check the oil, put the key in, do the handbrakes, check the mirrors, step by step, to the point where you make a decision.
So,
I'm going to be
so,
giving you
so,
that free,
so you're giving us like you said. I like what you said. You're giving us a handbook that takes the guesswork of the
out
gambling
of the
out
trading.
of trading.
Yes,
So what you're saying is, if we go through this handbook or this guidebook, it literally tells us what to do
I
to
am
help
telling
us
you.
to make an informed decision about
Yes,
how to trade early in the morning.
yes, yes.
Wow. And how much is that going to be again?
It's going to be free, but it's worth up to £250. What am
Okay.
I even talking about? I think I'm getting it mixed up. Someone who can tell you exactly what to do. £1,500. I got it all mixed up in my head.
Okay.
I'm telling
Okay.
you.
All right.
It's almost like someone giving you an answer to a question.
It's like going in for an exam and you already have the you know what they when I because I went to school in Nigeria, and I do apologize. I remember being in uni, and there's some people we're going in for exams and they've already seen the questions and the answers
Exactly.
before we go in.
That
So
is
I mean,
exactly that is
there's
what I'm
all
talking
there's
about.
I mean some of them still fail because they really just look very smart, but the chances of failing are highly remote because you've already got this guide in a sense before you go in to
Exactly.
write the exam. So this is almost like getting expo before exams.
Exactly. That that that
Awesome,
that is it really. That is
great
it.
stuff. And you're good, and you put this together yourself.
By myself.
And you're sharing with us exactly what you do that have enabled you to be able to win 18 times out of 20.
That is what I do, and that is what I
Awesome,
use. It's all in my head, of course, because it came out of me.
awesome. Thank you.
Anyway, Okay.
So what else are we? So before you go into what else we're getting, I just want to clarify. This is going to be on a Saturday, 2 Saturdays from now.
Exactly.
So it's online. So people are going to come online and they're going to attend
Yes.
the whole training, and you're going to
e-
take them through it module by module by module.
Exactly.
Okay.
And there's going to be five
Um,
modules which are listed, the earlier on.
so you're going to take them through 5 modules,
Yes.
and this is basically going to empower them to be in a position to start to trade themselves. Now,
Exactly.
a few questions. What about they go to the training? What about afterwards? I mean, because maybe they would want a replay or a recap of what you've shared. How would they be able to access that? Because
Yes. Yes. The way that is going to be happening is that I would at the bootcamp session I would we're going to be recording it and packaging it. We'll package it as a product. It's going to be in the website, the members area, which everyone who goes in today will be a member of. Remember that closed group thing I told you about? And the
hmm
website, it's going to be in there, and you can listen to it over and over and over. This is not just going to be like the trainings that you go, while those trainings are good if you master it properly, but it's quite difficult to, because once you left them, you've left.
hmm
You've paid your £3,000 or 29999 or 4999, and then you've gone. But this one, I'm actually going to stay with you, and you're going to be able to access those programs and really, I mean, listen to it. The video, like the class I was taught, you will listen to it over and over and over, and then you're going to be able to ask me questions too, live and direct, as the markets happen. I'm not
Okay.
going to be doing the theory that they do. They go to 5 years and 10 years chart, they bring it out, and then they start to tell you this. They knew what was going to happen anyway. I'm going to be trading with you live as the market is happening. Like
Okay.
all of us do not know what's going to happen all around the world, and I'm going to be telling you stuff that I expect to happen.
Okay, great stuff. Now, someone's asking how much the training is going to cost. I guess we're going to come to that in a moment.
Yeah, yeah,
So what you're saying is the training is going to happen 2 Saturdays from now. It's all going to be recorded and it's
yeah,
going to be in the members area. So for two things, number one, if a person cannot attend on Saturday, they'll be able to access everything later on in the members area. And for those who
exactly,
do attend, they will have the opportunity to be able to still go back and watch it over and over again in an
exactly.
exclusive members only area
Only
online.
area. That's correct.
Okay,
That's
great
correct.
stuff. I'm getting excited already. Okay, now I guess because I'm if anybody has any questions, please type them in there. I do have a few questions I'll be asking on your behalf because I know some of us are probably already getting excited and we're asking, okay, how can I take advantage of this? Now, you did say something about supporting people, giving them a little more support. Can you tell us a little more about this support that you're giving them
Are you
and what it is and how they're going to be able to take advantage of it?
are you talking about the hand holding session? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, the hand holding. Could you explain that a
Oh
little
yes,
bit? Because I know that is a big, big element that you're doing that most people would not
exactly.
get anywhere else.
Exactly. First of all, before I get to that bit, I want to talk about the 1 hour and personality discovery session.
Okay.
Yeah, that one is what up to 200 and 250 pounds. But what I basically do here is that I sit down with you. You remember I said something at the beginning that you need to know your personality, you need to know yourself so that
Mm-hmm.
you'll be able to know what strategy to trade with that will be positive for you. Remember, I was telling you that if you're a very impatient person, you cannot trade strategies that's going to be forcing you to be patient. You're going to be frustrated.
Mm.
If you're a patient person, you would think you're not exercising due diligence, and when you would lose confidence in the system that you've thought. So basically, I'm going to run you through in 1 hour. I'll talk with you, chatting about football, knowing the sort of clubs that you support, something as little as that. We'll talk about that for about an hour, and I would know the sort of personality, the trading style that will suit your personality.
Mm.
That's one of the main reasons that people fail in trading. Where people have succeeded using that style, you may go in there without if your personality doesn't fit into it, and then lose out. So that one on itself is what 250, but I'm going to be doing it to those people who subscribe today, only today.
Okay. So
So now to get to it now takes me to the hand holding session,
just
and I'm
before the
going
hand holding, I guess you see I'm getting really excited. I do apologize, but again, I want to make sure I'm clear and our listeners are clear as well. So what you're saying here is is that for everybody? Is
it's
everyone?
not
So you said
it's not
normally
for
you
everybody
charge 250 for this
for
personality
that.
discovery
That's
session.
what it's worth, but I'm not going to be
So but even though you normally charge 250, but for some people here tonight, they're going to be able to get it free of charge and find out their own trading personality. Uh,
Yes, correct.
and that's is that for everybody or is it for the first 10?
Oh, it's really for the first 10 people who take action this
Okay,
night.
okay. So that's for the
Not
first 10
tomorrow, but this
people
night.
who take action tonight. They'll be able to get take advantage of that. Brilliant.
Yes.
Okay. So wow, that's a lot that you're offering. That is massive. The big question is how much is that? But I guess you'll come to that in a moment. How much is all this lovely stuff that you're giving away?
Yes. If you look at what I've okay, I haven't spoken about the hand holding session because I'm going to be giving that away too.
Okay. Tell us a little more
But
about
I'm
the
going to be giving this one away. The first um 10, 5, 7, first 5 people who take action, they will get the hand holding session. This one is what £2,500. That's what it's worth. But I'm not going to be doing it for that price. I'm going to be doing it for free. For the first 5 people who take action tonight.
explain the
You
hand
need to
holding.
subscribe to the package. Yes, hand holding session. What I'm going to be doing here is that I'm going to be talking to you one on one every day for 1 hour a day for about 2 weeks. But remember, you're going to be a part of the group. So in any case, you're going to be able to ask some questions outside what I'm going to be doing with you. Because we're going to be talking live, real life market situations. You're going to be able to see my trades. And you know what? Even if that is what you're doing for the first few days or first few weeks of your learning curve, you probably get your money back. If you get what I mean, you're probably going to get your money back just copying my trades. Of course, it's illegal. Well, is it illegal? It's not advisable in the industry to advise people to buy or sell or do whatever. But I will be showing you what I will be doing.
Wow.
So that one I'm going to be giving free. And if you were following the figures, 2,500, 1,500, 250, and another 250, it will bring you to 4,250. If you went to, I'm going to give you two websites now. If you went to Darren Winter's website, I'll just put his name there. Darren, I think it's double R. Or are you writing it, DJ?
I'll type it here in the chat box. Darren Winters, you said.
Darren Winters. Like if you Google his name, he does I can't remember what, I think it's Learn to Trade or something.
Okay.
That charges up to 4,005 or 2,999. Darren
Okay.
Winters, yeah, that's the correct spelling. And then the other one is called Greg Secker. Secker, Secker.
Greg
S
Secker.
E, yeah, Cer.
Mhm.
And his own thing is called Knowledge to Action. If
Okay.
you Google those two names, go to the website, see how much they charge, and see what they offer. Nothing as personalized as this. This one, we're even friends on Facebook. You know, you're in my members area. You're in my members area as well, so you can
Okay.
see what I'm doing, and we can interact every day. So with all of this, it adds up to 4,250, but I'm not going to be doing it at that price. Is it worth it? Of course, it's worth more than that. It's worth it, but I'm not going to do it at that price. But by the time we launch this product, by tomorrow, I mean, by the time after we launch the product that we're putting together, it's going to be sold for, guess what? £800.
Now that is a good deal. I will say straight away, £800 is a good deal.
But guess what,
Um,
DJ? That's not what they're going to pay this night.
I mean, I know that, but I still think £800 is a good deal.
You've already slashed out 4 feet of the value. 800 is 1 feet of 4,000. You've already slashed that out of it
Mhm.
for
Mhm.
800 for tonight, DJ. Do you know how much I'm offering it?
Okay. Yes, I do know, but I'm sure the listeners would want to know because I know that
Actually,
I have
someone
to
has asked there.
twist your neck for you to share with us how I mean for you to reduce it to that amount. This is one
DJ,
that
DJ,
I
do you remember? Do you remember how many times I kept saying, DJ, no, it's too cheap. They're going to think that there's no stuff in it. Oh, no, I can't do it for that price. You kept saying, Sammy, these people are going to be your foundation members. They're going to be your pioneer members. Their success story is what is going to help me to write up. Their success story, they're going to be my business partners tonight. And
you
this is
know,
the reason why I want to make it
ladies and
affordable
gentlemen,
for them.
I will just tell you what happened, right? Tommy came to me to bring my marketing expertise. I saw his success in Forex, and he said he wanted to expand his training element of it. And so we sat down, we looked at things, and then I knew what the price of things were out there. I knew the prices because I had attempted to do Forex years ago, and I know how much it was. And so when it came down to this and we looked at pricing it, and so the package, we said by the time we go live, it's going to be £800 because we wanted it to be affordable. He then said, okay, what about for the people who are going to be the pioneers? How much should it be? Um, and when I told him how much we should charge, he was very reluctant. He said, TJ, he said, if I charge this, they're going to think it's rubbish. I said, no, they won't, because you will explain to them why we're doing it. And the reason why we're making it extremely cheap tonight is one, we want to make sure that everybody in this room takes advantage of it. That's the first reason. The second reason is because your success is what's going to attract thousands of people to this program. The vision that we have with this program is thousands of people are going to take advantage of this program, and they will begin to start to trade successfully with this hybrid method of training that Somi has developed, enabling him to win 18 out of 20 times. And I said we've got to make it almost free, right? So that, however, people will make, and I said, we're not going to make it free because if we make it free, people don't value what they don't pay for. But at
Yeah,
least if they
yeah,
pay something, no matter how small, and we can work with them and help them to get success. And that's why Somi is committed to your success. Their success story is what's going to attract thousands of people all over the world. And that's why Somi has reluctantly agreed to do this for us at this ridiculous price. So I'm going to hand it over to Somi for him to tell you how much you
wow,
can take advantage of this tonight, and then we'll give you the link so you can go ahead and you can enroll. Someone asked a question just before you mentioned the price. The question is, all right, Greg Secker, Tony said 2,300 for a 2 day and 1,150 per day. Okay, so that's how much Greg Secker charged. Thanks, Tony, for doing the
yep,
research for us.
okay.
Anthony asked a question: what is required to be a part of this program? So could you just answer that question that Anthony's asked, and then just go to the price, and then we'll give people opportunities to
Okay.
quickly claim their position straight away tonight. So
Okay. Okay.
just to summarize, for the first 5 people, you will
Yep.
be able to be a part of a small group of people who would be able to physically view Sony's trades every day for 2 weeks. So every
Yes.
day he would log into his iPad. You will be
Yep.
able to see what he's doing. You will be able to see his trades, and he will be explaining everything he's doing and why he's doing it. So
Exactly.
basically, for those first 2 weeks, you can just copy what he's doing if you want.
Pay your money
Okay,
back.
and that alone is worth 2,500. But that's for the first five
Yes.
people. And for the first 10 people, you would have the opportunity to have somebody sit down with you one on one, either face to face if you're local or via
Yep.
Skype, and he will work with you to help you to identify your own unique trading personality, which will
Yes.
help you look at the right approach you should use for trading. So
That's
those are
correct.
massive, massive bonuses alone. That if this was £1,000, I would pay for it just to get those bonuses, and I would pay
True.
quickly. So
True.
Anthony's asking what is required to be a part of the program. Somi, could you please explain that, and then just tell us how much it is? Because I know I'm excited. I'm sure everybody's going to be excited, so that we can just go ahead and we can do the registrations here tonight and have people
True.
start taking advantage.
True.
And
To be.
thank you, Tony, for sharing that information with us. So go ahead,
Yeah.
Somi.
Thank you, Johnny. Yeah. To be a part of this program that we're talking about, all you need to do tonight, you have to be. You have to act tonight. You have to be a person who acts. You've got to make the move right away. And I'm going to be offering that package to you for guess what? Not 4,250, not 3,000, but for £197. Yes, you heard me right. Do not follow the seat. You heard me right. So what you need to do now is look on your screen and
I'm
just
just
respond. That's what you need to do right now. You're going to have the opportunity to be one of the first 5. Remember, you're going to be having the hand holding session with me. You're going to be, if you're a part of the first 10, you're going to have the opportunity to have a 1 hour personality discovery session with me, which would enable you to know your personality and be able to trade the right way, to have the right approach to trading so that you will be successful. Yeah, that's really what you need to do. You need to click on the card. You need to click and add to the cart the product that's going to pop up on the screen right now.
I think it's shown up on your screens. It just says get £600 off the Trade to Win Forex boot camp. Get it now for only 197. If it's not showing up, click on pop-ins and you'll be able to see it. And then click on sign up today. It will take you to PayPal. You can, if you have a PayPal account, you can log in and you can pay via PayPal. If you don't have a PayPal account, you can just pay with your credit or your debit card. As long as it's a Visa or a MasterCard, Maestro, you can use it to make the payments. I believe there's also a 30-day money back guarantee, which
Yes,
basically is
there is.
once you've gone through the training, if you believe the training didn't add value to you, you can ask for your money back, no questions
No
asked. This
questions
is
at all.
this basically to make sure there's no risk to you. So not only is it really cheap, but you can just go ahead and so for the first five people, you will have the opportunity to see some of these trades live every day for 2 weeks, and you can take
Yes.
advantage of that. And also for the first 10 people, you will have a one-to-one personality discovery program with Sami as well, which is worth
Yep.
250. So, ladies and gentlemen, just go ahead right now, take action.
Yep.
There's rewards for people who move quickly. So click on sign up today. Again, Sami, do you want to run through the content of the training again? What actually is going to be getting here as people place their orders?
Yes. Yeah. Basically, what I'm going to be doing there is the name of the bootcamp of the program that I'm putting to get together is the Trade to Win bootcamp. At that bootcamp, we're going to be coming together online 2 Saturdays time. That's Saturday the 16th, I think it is, if I'm right. We're going to come together online, and I'm going to be teaching in 4 modules, one whole day. I'm going to be in the first module. It's going to be called the foundations of trading. This is where you develop a winning mindset. This is where you join the 70 people who are psychologically prepared to win trades. You've got to believe in the industry. Feed yourself with positive information. Abstain from negativity. The second part of that first module is the basics of forex trading. And here I'm going to be talking about how to buy, how to know when to buy, how to know when to sell. We're going to be talking about terminologies with an extension of this second one, this basics. Here I'm going to be talking about definitions, things you've had up until this time and that's looked so high in the sky, peeps and candles and charts and resistance and support levels and all those stuff. I'm going to be teaching that. And also I'm going to be teaching about at the second module, I'm going to name that finding the right approach for you. This is the one that I spoke about the events approach to trading and the technical approach to trading. This is the one I spoke about that I discovered a hybrid, and I'm going to be sharing with you exactly how I came about it and how it's been working for me and how I execute it. It's a very simple strategy, but it's yet so profound, I tell you. And at the third module, we're going to be talking about guiding or guarding against losing your money. This is where we're going to be talking about the profit and loss management. I'm going to be teaching you how to protect yourself against the losses and how to pick your profits, how to know exactly when to cash in on your trade so you don't leave it to run and then everything melts away and then you get desperate to get it back and then when it goes to the wrong side and then you're not able to you're going to be conservative. I'm not going to start saying it now, but that's how I'm going to be teaching you about it. And then also the last module will be the hand holding session for those who take action. So that's what I'm going to be teaching basically, but of course it's going to be in detailed. I'm going to say this to you up front. Where you've got to be prepared and you've got to be prepared and ready for that day because I'm going to be willing and ready to pour out everything that's in me into you. And I'm going to throw out a challenge to you. Is you're going to be the one who will be tired. I'm telling you.
I think
Um, yeah.
very quickly, I just want to quickly run through the testimonial from this person again because I mean, when she sent this to me this morning, she said again,
Who was that? Sorry.
this is Tikot, sorry. She says,
Okay.
Tommy gave me a lift to work one morning. Tommy gave me a lift to work one morning. Sorry, I'm bringing it up again. And I had the privilege of watching him trade in the car. So in the car, and make £330 before walking into the office at about 8:15 a.m. £330 is what some people make in a week, right? In a week. And you were able to do that before 8:15 a.m. in the morning in your car driving to work. Now,
Yep.
that's not luck, guys. That is knowledge.
It
That
is
is
not.
knowledge. If this was not gambling. He didn't make that money because he just tried. He made this money because he knew what to look for. He made an informed decision based on what he had learned and what he had been doing over time. So when people succeed like that, we think, whoa, that's so easy. But he has invested thousands of pounds and he has
Exactly.
invested so much time to get to that point. And he's looking to take all of that, compress it, and share it with us over one day. Now, if you're not able to attend, the good thing is, I would say to you, if you're not, because I do know this, August is it's a holiday month. A lot of
Yes,
people are
please.
going
Yeah.
away on holiday. So some people, maybe you're going on holiday. You know what? It's 197 pounds, guys. Right? I mean, it's that won't even buy you a computer. Right? It can't even buy you an iPad. It can't buy you a smartphone. Well, it could buy you a cheap smartphone, but not a decent smartphone. It's 197 pounds to invest in learning skills that you can use to make money over and over and over again, like Somi's doing right now. Just imagine yourself a year from now. Imagine yourself a year from now. You wake up in the morning, pick up your phone, go to a few websites, look at a few things, evaluate a few things, then go to your trading platform and just
Yep.
based on what you've looked at, just type in a few things, park it and leave it. You go to work, you get back from work, and you check, and you've made £330, right? A
DJ,
year
you don't
from now.
get back to work, from work to work. I need to interject there. The automated trading that I also teach, there are things that you need to do to put in place. You get alerts on your phone on the go. You see, this person, T Code, that said I gave her a lead the other day. I was just driving and then I had set put things in place. I told you I could do it in 10, 15 minutes early in the morning. I
Hmm.
set it all up. I was just driving, I just had the ping. And then ping. Oh, I said that's an alert for trading. I parked. I just had a look, and I put the trade on. Before I dropped her at her own office, she works not too far from me. I got another ping. I parked as well again. I said, oh, that's it. I closed my trade. He was like, that easy? I said, well, that's the way it goes. She became a convert straight away. I won't tell you what she did afterwards. Anyway,
Okay.
I will actually tell you. I'm going to tell you because she put the testimony on Facebook, so it's there for people to see. And then she goes, Swami, can I give you some money to trade for me? I said, no, it's illegal. You don't take money from the public. But then, just like as I pressed the guy who taught me, she pressed me and pressed. She said, but I'm your friend now. I'm your friend. I'm not going to take you because it's not going to be. Anyway, I said, okay. So I gave her. She gave me £700 to trade for her, and in barely 3 weeks, I think it became 1,300. And then she went on Facebook, started screaming, and I'm like, no, 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 no. It's gonna look like I'm operating like a bank. I'm not a bank. I only did it for you like a favor. True. So things are
Wow.
doing. I want to say thank you to the first person who subscribed. I got an alert. I'm not sure if I should call her name. She's a she. Well, her initials is IS.
Okay.
Um,
IS, whoever you are,
yeah.
congratulations and welcome to the Trade to Win Forex boot camp. So you're the
She's
first person.
Ibironke actually. Ibironke.
All right. So everybody else who's here, the first five people, you
Yep.
will be able to have Sumi hold your hand for 2 weeks. You literally get the chance to watch him trade live, but also
Yes.
have him explain to you what he's doing. Now, I mean, for a whole hour every day for 2 weeks, that's worth 2,500. So, Ibaronke, congratulations, you've taken advantage of that. I mean, others
Yep.
who are on here as well, make sure you just go ahead and take action. The
Yep.
first five
Yep.
people are going to get that. I'm sure we're going to get quite a number of people coming through.
Yep.
I know that some people are going to be watching the replay tomorrow. From tomorrow, the price is going to go up. It's going to go up by, it's not a lot, just by £100. So if you've missed it tonight because you didn't attend the webinar, you can still take advantage. I mean,
Yep.
for the next 7 days. And for the next 7 days, you can get this for £297. So you can still
Yes.
save £100.
Yes.
But I'm going to do something, Somi. I'm going to throw something in as well. This is from me.
Really.
For
Really.
some of you who may not be aware, I run a training company, and one of the things that I've done is I work with executives. I work with corporate executives, senior
Yep.
managers, and I
Yep.
work with them, especially in management and leadership development. But I also train recruiters in what to look for in people that they're recruiting when they're
Yep.
looking to recruit talent into their companies.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
And I designed a program called the Setup for Flight Career Acceleration Home Study Course which is for people who want to put their careers on flight. Some of the modules in that program include things like revamping your CV to make it stand out from the crowd. That module alone can help you double your income in 6 months. I also created a module which is about using LinkedIn to accelerate your career. Now, I need us to understand why that's crucial. If you're not on LinkedIn, you know what, you're
Shortchanging
just,
yourself.
you're in the dark ages, because I'm going to predict something. 18 months from now, most roles are going to be filled via LinkedIn. They won't even be advertised. It's already happening now. Recruitment consultants go to LinkedIn and they headhunt people. So if you're not positioned strategically on LinkedIn, right, you're limiting your career. And in one whole module in that home study program, I shared with people how to position yourself strategically on LinkedIn so you can stand out and you get headhunted by
Yeah.
the key recruiters. Now these are just two of the modules in that program, and that program is £300. Now, for the first 5 people to enroll here tonight, I'm going to give you access to the Setup for Flight Career Acceleration Program. So, sorry, please, for the first 5 people, please send me their email addresses, and
Okay,
and
good.
and I'm gonna, so because I know that this is about using Forex to trade around your day job,
Cool.
and I'm hoping, and the intention is this: this home study program will help you to expand in your day job and hopefully have more money to trade with to actually, help you to be more profitable. So that's something that I'm going to be giving away, my way of encouraging people to take action very quickly. I know some
Perfect.
people may
Thank
have questions because we should be ending very, very soon. We're ending. Wow. Okay. Time is definitely gone. We should be ending soon. So if you have any questions, um, no, it's not free, Taiwo. It's not free. It wouldn't be free because nobody values what's free. But £197 is like free.
I
Um,
think
and
what Ty was asking is about this session. It's this session that is free.
oh
You
yeah,
know
this
that
session is free. Yes.
this is what Ty was referring to. I think.
Okay. The training on the 16th, it's £197, but it's not just the training. There's a lot more to it that
Yes.
the complete package. For those who take action tonight and tonight only, we're going to be ending this in 5 minutes. We're going to be ending in 5 minutes. If you do have questions, go ahead and type your question. So what you do is you go to the pop-ins. If it's not showing us, you can go to pop-ins where it says get £600 off the Trade to Win Forex Bootcamp. Get
Yep.
it now for only 197. Click on sign up today. When you do that, it will take you to a PayPal order page. And there's two options when you get there. If you have a PayPal account, you can log into your PayPal account, and
Yep.
you can place your order. If you don't have a
Yep.
PayPal account, you can actually just pay with your credit or debit card on that page.
Yep.
Okay, so you can, and you can do that. Don't worry. Once you've done that, you're all set up. Then somebody's going to get in touch with you. If you're one of the first 5 people, he'll arrange. If you're one of the first 10 people, he will arrange for your
Got
one-to-one
it.
session with him. And the 16th is the day of the training. There's also going to be a Q&A module because I know there's going to be lots of questions. There's going to be a Q&A module, but not only that, if you're not able to attend, still take advantage of this anyways, because you will have access to the whole program and all the other bonuses that we're offering. We are going to be ending in 2 minutes. If you do have questions, please type the questions in the Q&A section, so that we can answer your questions very quickly before we end the session. Okay, so there's not any questions coming yet, so I'll just wait a few more minutes for the questions to come in, and then we'll be moving forward. So any final questions? Go ahead. For those of you who are taking advantage, congratulations. Welcome to the program. I'm
Yep.
so
Yep.
excited.
Thank you very much.
And I know that Somi's looking forward to being a part of your success story.
Yeah, I know I
Um,
am.
Somi is one of when it comes to, I mean, winning rates, he's one of the top traders in the UK. And no wonder he's called a Forex trainer. And I do believe we're going to be getting so much value. It's ridiculously cheap. Do not mistake cheap for a lack of value. We've
Yeah.
explained the
Yeah.
reason why it is so cheap. Okay, take advantage of this, right? Because the other option is to go and spend £2,000 with Greg Hecker or whatever his
Second.
name is, and you're not going to get any more value than what you're getting here tonight. Actually, you're going
Not
to
a
get a
chance.
lot more value from what you're getting here tonight than what you're getting with Greg Becker.
Yep.
That's
Yep. Yep.
so any smart person in the room tonight would take action.
Yep.
Okay, I don't think we have any more questions. We're going to be taking this away right now. I know that if there's anybody in the room, if there's anybody in the room who maybe is an experienced trader,
Yeah.
and maybe you're thinking maybe the core fundamentals are not for you, but you still do want some guidance and you want some coaching, some mentoring, you want something to hold your hand.
Yep.
There can be a package for you. If you fit into that group, if you just type yes, that I'm experienced and I need help, just type yes in the chat box so that we do know and we can arrange something for you.
Yes.
Okay. I know that there might be one or two people in the room who fit that profile. So if that is you, just type yes in the chat box. Yes, the closed Facebook group is going to be available to everybody who takes advantage tonight.
Yeah.
That's available. That's a bonus available to everybody. The closed Facebook group is available to everybody. I think I made a promise. Yes, I did make a promise that everybody who attended the webinar tonight, I was going to give them access to my Upgrade Your Life Part 2. I gave away Part
Yeah.
1, so let me quickly just get the link for that, and I'm going to put it in the members area, so you can go ahead and get it straight away. So 1 second, let me find Upgrade Your Life Part 2 and make it available in the room.
Future is disabled.
Sorry, what feature is that?
I can't see the chat room, but anyway, you do your thing. Do your thing, DJ. When you spoke about the Q&A session, I went and clicked the Q&A to the left, so it disabled the chat room.
Okay, okay.
But at least you can see me. No, you do your thing. Do your thing, DJ.
Yeah, so I've shared the link in the chat there, so you can
That's
go and download Upgrade Your Life for free and listen to it. That's part 2. For those of us who got part 1 last on Sunday, I did promise I was going to give you part 2 today, so go ahead and get that. For those of you who've come on board tonight, I'd like to say congratulations, welcome, really excited
yeah,
to
yeah,
have
yeah.
you on board, and I look, I'm sure that Somi is going to be adding so much value to you. Okay, so Friday asked, how about the closed Facebook group? And like I did say, that closed Facebook group is going to be available. Okay, Anthony wants you to recap the offer. He wants to really understand what it is you're offering. So could you break it down to us tonight so he really does understand what he's getting for £197?
Anthony, what you're going to be getting for 197 pounds is you're going to be a part of an ally group. You will be a part of the founding members of this group. You will be able to see my trades live. Remember that you'll be able to see my trades live. You'll be able to discuss with me on a one-to-one basis in a real life market situation. It's not theory; it's as it is happening. You'll be seeing that. Also, I'm going to be, we're going to be teaching you the foundations of trading, the basics of trading, the terminologies and all the stuff that go with it. Every profession has got its language. We're going to be teaching you that. So all those things when they're talking about cables, peaks, peaks and throws, ups and downs, supports and resistance, everything you would just understand. You would know what it is. I would demystify everything for you. I'm going to be teaching you how to know your personality, how to know the sort of trading technique that you're going to be um, that you're going to be employing that will make you successful in trading. I'm going to be teaching you the various approaches that there are to trading, the fundamental approach, the technical approach. I'm going to be teaching you how to protect yourself and the hybrid that has made me successful. Remember that bit. And I'm also going to be teaching you how to guard yourself against losses and how to know when to cash in, when to take your profits. That it's. I didn't say this at the webinar per se. It's one thing for you to know how to trade. It's another thing for you to know how to make money off the market. I'm going to be teaching you how to make the money off the market, and also it's another thing for you to be able to combine it with your job, with your day job, or with your education if you're in school or something. So basically that's what you'll be getting. And then also you're going to be getting the hand holding session if you act tonight. You're going to be getting the hand holding session as well. So really, that's what you're going to be getting. But it's going to be deep on the day of the training. I'm going to be teaching you very, very deeply. I really can't go to. I'm very conscious of the fact that a lot of people get thrown by technicalities. I don't know what your background is and all that, but a lot of people get thrown by technicalities. So I've been very careful to use oranges and mangoes and all that. You're not going to be seeing oranges and mangoes in the class. I suspect that you come across as if you're thinking this is too basic. Do you want to say what your background is? Unfortunately, I can't read it. DJ, can you
Yes.
see what he's writing?
No, he just said yes for those who know the basics. So I guess Anthony's one of those people who maybe knows the basics and he
I
probably
think
just
so.
wants a higher
I
level. So
think so.
we can that would be a separate program, a separate conversation that we can have with Anthony and identify where he's at and the kind of support that he might need. But for those of us who are here, people who are like me, who really want to succeed with Forex and want to get started with, then you're never ever gonna get an opportunity like this again.
It's not
Never.
going to happen again.
Never ever
Not
anywhere
in the
are you get
nearest future.
anything like
No
this.
way.
So I'll encourage you to go ahead and take action. We are closing the webinar now. So I'd like to say thank you to everybody who's come along and has been a part of this. Really appreciate your time. And for those of you who have registered for the for the boot camp, I'd like to say congratulations for taking such a decision and for choosing to win. For choosing to win. I'd like to say congratulations.
DJ, do
Yes,
you want to
please.
leave my email? I can't type it because I've lost that page. Do you want to leave my email for Anthony? I suspect that he had some knowledge, and I can really
Okay.
work with him.
What I would say is if you can just send an email to Sammy here.
What Anthony, what I'm going to be doing with you, I'm going to be teaching you the hybrid method of trading. If you are quite knowledgeable about that,
So
Benga Kirodoye, I want to say thank you to you. I just got the alert for subscribing. Anthony, like I was saying, what I'm going to be teaching you is the hybrid approach to trading. I'm going to be combining fundamental trading with technical approach to give you a higher odds. I'm pretty sure you understand that, but we'll have a discussion. We'll have a discussion.
you know what I
Initially,
think we'll do? What I think we should do is for the more experienced people on the call, um, it's just to probably speak with them one to one and
okay.
then just look at either putting together a package for the more experienced people, which would be more affordable, or
Yeah, we can
working
be
with
doing
them
that
one to
anytime.
one, which obviously would be more pricey. So if we can get enough more experienced people together, we can do an advanced program for them. But if not, then it might be, oh, someone got access denied for the home study. No, don't worry about that, Finger. The access denied. That's not a problem. That's just, it's all sorted. The payment's done. Okay, so you are going to get that because of the payment thing we put in place. Absolutely not a problem. It's because the course is not yet available. So there's no course for you to, oh, for the upgrade. Let me fix that. Just give me one moment. I will
I'm
fix
a little
that
bit
right
confused.
now.
What's the upgrade?
Oh, it shouldn't deny you access. I've given you permission. Let me save it again and let me check the link I gave you.
Are you talking about me?
No,
Or
to the group. I'll just put the link in there again. If it doesn't work now, don't worry. I'll send you an email with the link and that should work. So I'll just put the link in there again and hopefully it should work. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being a part of this. If you haven't taken advantage of this offer, it's going now. For those who have taken advantage, congratulations. But really, thank you for being here. We've been together for about an hour and 15 minutes. I mean, sorry, an hour and 45 minutes. But I
wow,
hope you've got great value, and I hope you are going to make a decision for yourself
yeah.
to really take advantage of this powerful income opportunity for busy people and set yourself up for success. So, I mean, thank you very much for sharing with us. Thank you very much. I've learned so
Well,
much from you since you've been helping me here with Forex, and I'm sure that many of our listeners will be able to say the same thing in a few short months. So, thanks a lot,
D-
everybody. Enjoy the rest of your week. I don't know if
DJ,
somebody if you want
can
to
I
say
just say
something
something?
and goodbye.
Can I just say something, DJ, before you shut down?
Yeah,
Yeah, I just want to say a very big thank you for everyone who's come as well.
yeah.
I really appreciate it. This is my maiden webinar, and I really appreciate it. For people staying that long, and sorry once again for the hitch on Thursday. There were 42 people signed in on that's 2 days ago. 42
Mhm.
people.
Mhm.
You know, Today, not as much, but I can understand, But we'll keep keeping on. We'll keep.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your week. God bless you, and bye for now.
Amen. Wow.
Okay.
Ah,
We need to go quickly. I need to go
we're gonna pick them.
from the train station.
If I shut the door, it will just shut like that. It will just shut. I'm not sure I'll be able to park before you are ready.
Okay. Okay.
I'm thinking. Check can shut it. Pull it off.
In fact, yeah, that would be fine.
So okay. I shall master somehow, Abby.
Yeah, we will.
I will leave this one here open first. How long has it been waiting?
So they're not there yet. They're gonna get there in
Okay, good.
10 minutes. And because of the diversion,
You're going to go